right, guys, welcome to a lesson on how to shade a sphere with oil pastel. We're going to shade a sphere just like you see here. And what we want to do is just remember our degrees of value. So when we have light that hits an object, the brightest part is a highlight, and then it gets into the shadow of the object and the core of the shadow. Okay, then that's the darkest part is the core shadow. Then we have a cast shadow on the surface that the object sits on, and then this little sliver of lightness right here, that's the reflected light. Hopefully you remember that when light hits an object, it also hits the surface the object is sitting on, and some of the light gets bounced back onto the object. So that's why there's reflected light. Now in your little supply pack, you got these squares of construction paper. They're green. We're going to learn how to do oil pastels on these because construction paper has a little bit more of a tooth to it. It's kind of hard to see on camera. And that just means the paper basically has a texture, and it'll absorb a lot more oil pastel, and it's easier to work with than just a piece of computer paper. So we'll start with just do a quick little drawing of, a circle and maybe like a little bit of that cast shadow. I have already got mine done. You might want to pause the video and get yours in there. And we'll just do this first one in like black and white and gray and use those oil pastels. Okay. Now my rule for working with the oil pastels is to work from dark to light. So that means I'm going to come in with some of the black first, and then work from gray to white and just kind of copy what I see in that example of the sphere. Okay, so I'm coming in and kind of getting that core of the shadow and a little bit of the shadow on the object, leaving that other area open for it to get lighter and lighter. I'll start to go over with my gray, and as you see, it starts to blend into the black. Okay, and I'm leaving that area open for that highlight because I really want to kind of get the white in there because that's the brightest spot. Okay. So I did a little bit of black, and then I went over the gray. They're starting to blend together a little bit, and I'll get in there with the white now. Just go in the center, and then I'll kind of go over the gray that I had so that the white can kind of smoothly blend into the gray. And what's great is it's kind of like you let the oil pastels do a lot of the work and the blending for you. You really don't need to go in with your finger that much and do much at all. Now that that's looking good, okay, now this part's still kind of looking awkward. We want it to kind of blend together a little better, so maybe I'll come in with some more of my black. And hopefully I get this done before my video runs out of time. I'll just blend the gray right over the black. There we go. We're starting to make this look like a sphere. Could be a little messy too. It's our first try. All right, so that's looking good. Let me go ahead and get the cast shadow in too. That's pretty dark, so I'll come in with the black. And maybe some of the gray to kind of blend it out. And that last piece that I'm missing is that little bit of reflected light along the edge of the sphere, so I'll probably come in with my white oil pastel. Get a little bit of the reflected light. Now that's kind of bothering me. I feel like this looks kind of funky, so I'll come in again with, check it and see, come in and get a little bit of that core shadow in there. Maybe blend it out. So it's a lot of working back and forth, but the construction paper is really great because it can handle the oil pastel really well, and you could just keep adding more and more as you go until it looks right. The computer paper doesn't work as well, but the construction paper looks a lot better. Hey, that's not too bad. Not too bad for a quick little sphere. Little messy, but not too bad. So that's it. That's your first one, and then we'll move on and do more.